referees of the games are die Hauptschiedsrichter dieses Spiels sind Linus Ohlund und Daniel Stricker. Der Linesman die Linienrichter sind Roman Kaderli und Liebe Suchanek.
Welcome to Cologne, Germany, as we look at the officials for this afternoon's game. Yes, it is afternoon. You may not know by the crowd that it is early afternoon as Denmark and Latvia get set to meet. There's a familiar face for you.
Yeah, former coach Bob Hartley, the head coach for Latvia, first time for the former Calgary Flame coach, Atlanta Thrasher, and of course Colorado, where he had a Stanley Cup. And he'll be behind the bench for Latvia as they take on Denmark here this afternoon. So first game for both these teams. Look at Sebastian Dom starting at net for Denmark. It's Elvis Verslicken starting at net for Latvia. Jannik Carlsen, the head coach for Denmark, his fourth time at the World Championship behind the bench. And you mentioned fans from both sides here, and especially the Latvian fans, very festive for the early morning to get themselves primed up.
The Latvian fans might be a little louder than the Danish fans here for this game, but Denmark, of course, big tournament for them. They are the host country next year, and we'll talk a little more about Latvia hoping to be a host country down the road. There's Peter Regan, a former national hockey leaguer, looking to lead this Denmark squad. The officials, by the way, Linus Olin of Sweden, Daniel Stricker of Switzerland are your referees, and Roman Kaderli of Switzerland and Libor Suchanek of the Czech Republic are the linesmen, as Sebastian Dom, who was so good for Denmark last year, as was Elvis Merzlikens. Denmark did make it to the quarterfinals last year before losing out to Finland. Day 2 is underway. First of 3 in this building today. And Arturs Kulda will go back for Latvia. Kulda almost turned it over to Nikolai Ehlers. Kulda, connection between Kulda and Ehlers. The Winnipeg Jets connection. Cleared in by Kennens. Back forward is Jensen, almost lost it at the side of his own net. And again, there are a number of Jensens in this Denmark lineup. Slap shot that never got through as Regan tried to unload. Girgensons back for Latvia, sent it in. Frederick Storm is there to clear it away. Christensen sends this back into the Latvian zone. Icing gets waved off. Sabolskis plays it up the boards. Latvia trying to get going. Dogovan's out into the center ice no further. And grabbed off by Christensen. Plays it through the middle, gets it back. Emil Christensen, shot from the right side, and first save of the game for Elvis Merzlikens. Back up the ice for Bucharts. Injured player in behind the play. Bucharts the shot, and Sebastian Dom will make his first save of the afternoon.
Sarens went down for Latvia behind the play, very slow to get up and go towards the bench. As a look at Sabolskis for Latvia, as he was in on the play. There's a look at Sarens. It's very slow, and it looks like he might be heading just to the end of the bench to get checked out. Important player for Latvia in his 8th World Championship. And talk about playing in World Championships. Morton Green, going to be his last, even though Denmark is the host country next year. His 19th overall, his 14th here at the top level.
36 years of age, and yes, as much as there's a long shot, and Dom is going to hang on to that as much as he would love to play next year because of the fact it is going to be in Denmark. There's a shot from Freeburgs that Dom handled.
You mentioned Sebastian Dom last year in the tournament, 7 games, a 2.22 goals against and a .933 save percentage. So he had a very good tournament.
For Morton Green, just too many years and too many tough games, and the body can only handle so much. Russell lets the shot go to the short side. Merzlikens makes the save. Richards Bucharts. There's 2 Bucharts in the game for the Czech Republic. In with a bump is Russell. And back out for Richards Bucharts. Plays it through for Andrasis. Mix Andrasis trying to track this down in the Danish end of the ice. In from the line, Sabolskis gets into a battle there with Morten Madsen. And Green will put it behind his own net for Oliver Lorentzen. Oliver Lorentzen and Marcus Lorentzen, a couple of blue liners for Denmark. Merzlikens handles that long shot from Morten Paulsen. In from the line for Denmark is Nicholas B. Jensen. After it is Bau, Matthias Bau. Speaking of size, near side, Merzlikens makes the shot on that long floater in from Ogard, who just arrived here from the American Hockey League.
With a Stockton Heat.
Galvins trying to stop Big Bau, could not. Jensen from the line lets the shot go, and Elvis Merzlikens makes the save and hangs on.
Look at Nicholas B. Jensen, quick shot from the point. And Denmark's done a good job putting some pucks to the net. Sharp angles, this one just a quick one-timer inside the blue line. Good job in front by the Latvian defense, allow Merzlikens to get a good view of that shot, able to make the save. As we look at Nicholas Jensen.
Nicholas B. Jensen, Nicholas Jensen, Jesper Jensen, Jesper B. Jensen.
There's a few of them are names that are similar, as there's Peter Regan just to win back. Quick shot from the point as it's on target.
Latvia went 1-6 in the round robin last year. Christensen's blast got blocked. Skorkov's got in front of that, but the in across for Nikolai Ehlers lost control of it. Back to the 1-6 round robin for Latvia. 4 of the 6 losses were by 1 goal. Offense was a bit of a concern in a lot of games as they only scored 13 goals in the 7 games that they played. Play whistle down.
Earlier just saw the speed of Nikolai Ehlers coming off the career year with the Winnipeg Jets. 64 points, 25 goals, and just so quick, so electric in his play. And I'm sure it's someone that Bob Hartley makes sure his team is aware of and ready to handle. We look at the former National Hockey League coach Bob Hartley, won the Jack Adams in 2015 coaching Calgary.
Not the first time Latvia has gone to a former NHL coach. Ted Nolan coached here. In fact, if you look at the coaching history for Latvia, Bob Hartley this year, Leonid Brezhnev for 1 year last season, Alexander Belevskis for 1 year, Ted Nolan for 3, and then Oleg Snarak, we mentioned this during the Russian game yesterday. Oleg Snarak at one time played and coached for Latvia. Icing waved off. Oliver Lauritsen goes back for it. 28 years of age, his 5th World Championship. Saw some NHL time with the Philadelphia Flyers. Out at center. Mads Christensen dishes it off, looks for the return pass and didn't get to him. And Dogovans will take a bump, gets it out, and offside is called on the backhand there for Bucharts.
Well, Bucharts trying to get by, and then talked about Bob Hartley, Jan Carlson, the head coach, 4th time for Denmark, former Swedish elite defenseman, played Swedish elite league from 1979 to 1990, and there's Morten Green, his captain and long-time World Championship player, has represented his country. This is his 310th game in international competition.
Coach Carlson, initially from Växjö in Sweden, played in Frölunda. Freebergs starts the rush for Latvia. Will get sent in by Sprutz. Cleared around by Jensen. Back to the blue line, kept in. Freebergs gets it down, short side chance. Sebastian Dom isn't sure where it was, and Buchart's got a jam at it after Balinskis got that to the net. Buchart's on it again. Richards Bucharts, former Western Hockey Leaguer. Played out at center ice, and Balinskis will control, sends it back into his own zone and heads to the bench on the line change. Freeberg sends it ahead, deflected in, and we'll get a face-off in the Denmark zone.
Well, Balinskis just coming in from that left point. It's quick play, little DDD, drops down just to the face-off dot, trying to find some room to the glove side, and it just catches the left shoulder. Sebastian Dom gets enough of that puck to make the save.
He wasn't sure where it went. Richards Bucharts wasn't sure where it was. He took a jab at the pads just on the off chance that it was there, but it was not. It was deflected away. Another shot to the short side, that goes wide. Now Denmark will control. Mathias Bow plays it back into his own zone. Christensen snaps that up on the left side. Christensen gets the return pass. That shot got blocked by Jens Mea. And back for it is Marcus Lauritsen. Through center ice, Bow carries in, lets the wrist shot go and got blocked, rebound, and that was snapped wide. Hogard back in for Denmark. Hogard bumps on the near side with Sotnieks. And the puck taken by Sabalskis. Plays it through. center ice. Big hit at the line. Skorkovs will play this in behind the Denmark net. Mattias Larsson will play it to the line, almost intercepted as Skorkovs had it bounce off his stick. Nikolai Ehlers trying to carry in. Ehlers gets hooked. And a power play coming up. It's going to be a holding call. First power play of the game. It's scoreless.
Latvia player 27, 2 minutes holding.
Team Latvia, number 27, Oskar Cibulskis, 2 minutes penalty for holding. Time 6:15. Es gibt eine Start gegen das Team Lettland, Nummer 27, Oskar Cibulskis, 2 Minuten wegen Haltens. Zeit 6 Minuten 15 Sekunden.
Latvia to the penalty box. Oskar Cibulskis gets the holding call as puts the hand out on Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers' speed draws that penalty. So Latvian fans that were looking for a call as Ehlers called down Jurgensen's a little bit earlier in the play, but right now first power play of the game going to Denmark.
Latvia's penalty kill last year, 80.7%. And Denmark on the power play last year, 34.4. Denmark's power play was #1 in this World Championship last year in Russia. Nikolai Ehlers, he had 3 power play goals last year, and he rips that one from the left side. And it misses the net and then gets cleared.
And a lot of them came from that playing the left point in the power play, which little switch for Winnipeg. He usually plays the other side as offside on the half wall.
Back in for Denmark. Waiting for it near side. Paulson plays it back in behind the net. Battle in the corner, puck is still loose. Comes back at the line, Jensen sends it cross ice. Near side as Nikolai Ehlers sends it cross ice for Peter Regan. Regan to the short side. Merzlikins down, Archer's Kulda couldn't clear Zarens well. And Ehlers will hustle back for Denmark. Into the back half of the 2-minute minor. Ehlers, who drew the penalty, lays it back at the line, slap shot and a good save by Merzlikins off of Jensen. Frederick Storm unloads and that misses the short side. And this gets snapped off the boards, but it doesn't clear as Malinskas couldn't clear. Now it does get sent down the ice. Gintz Maya goes in after it. Maya gets squeezed out there by Jesper B. Jensen, the 25-year-old who plays in Jokerit. And Denmark right back on the power play. The pass in behind Frederick Storm. Mads Christensen ricochets back to the line. Lauritsen takes that return feed, being watched by Gintz Maya. Plays it down low. Battle in the corner. Denmark controls. Christensen gets the return feed. Christensen to the short side. That got stopped. Traffic in front of the net. Big Morten Madsen was there. Christensen again going to the backside. Merzlikins down. Wild scramble. Cleared but not out. And now it does get stuffed out to center ice.
That puck may have went off Frederick Storm's skate. Merzlikins able to make the save.
Mads Christensen plays it back into his own zone. The long lead pass gets away from Morten Paulson, but it's going to be an icing call.
Latvia able to kill this first penalty, some chances at the end of it, a quick shot in front. And you can see Frederick Storm parked right on the doorstep. Merzlikins able to keep that puck out. And earlier Storm had a great chance, the shot, and he finds the iron as it gets past the glove side on Merzlikins.
Tied up off the face-off, and Drasis with the quick shot, that went way wide. Freeberg sends it back in deep and grabbed off by Mattias Larsson. Larsson for Lauritsen, long left wing pass, offside. Close, but offside at the line is Morten Paulson in his 7th World Championship in across the play ahead of it.
A little bit ahead of the play as Fans are having a good time. You can see the support Latvia has here in the arena. And Carlson getting his team going, not able to capitalize on their first power play of the game.
Denmark beat Latvia last year 3-2 in a shootout. Nicholas Jensen, Jensen, still with the New York Rangers, had the game-winning goal. Jensen, of course, in Denmark. Denmark scored 2 of 3 in the shootout. Sebastian Dahm, Elvis Merzlikins, their netminders today were very good in that game. And that win came after Denmark had been beaten by Russia by a score of 10-1. Snapped a 3-game losing streak for them. They went on a winning streak and ended up making the quarterfinals. Played in deep, and Balinskis will start back up through the middle, tried to jam it through. No room up the middle as Denmark. Nikolai Ehlers goes in after it. Cannons may have been fortunate they elected to play the puck and not the body there. The opportunity was there for them. Morton Green plays this back at the line, kept in by Jensen. For Paulson on the far side, that got deflected away, and Galvins is on it. Guntas Galvins up for Latvia, plays it through center. Cannons after it. Cannons turns. This game's still looking for its first goal into the back half of period 1. Played in deep, and Jakobsen goes in after it. Jakobsen gets squeezed out in the corner by a couple of Latvian players. Up the boards, Cannons on the loose puck. Sends it in deep. Struts chases it down, forces a turnover. Richards, Bucharts, he got squeezed out, and the puck grabbed off by Frederick Storm. Plays it out in center. Return pass, short side chance there for Julius Jakobsen. And another save by Merzlikins. Lorentzen from the line plays it deep. Christensen, Mads Christensen centers, and the pass was in a little tight for Marcus Lorentzen, who had jumped in from the line. Lorentzen has it again, goes to Christensen, slap shot by Christensen, got blocked. And Arturs Kulda is on it for Latvia. Out for Richards, Bucharts with some room. Sebastian Dahm makes the save and hangs on.
Speed from the young Bucharts coming down that right side after pressure from Denmark. Bucharts does a nice job, picks this up, turns quickly, and Sebastian Dahm able to get that blocker paddle down and make the save. At the other end, it's Merzlikins with a nice save from the side of that. Quick shot from Jakobsen. And that left shoulder as he goes for some post coverage.
3 Western Hockey League seasons for Bucharts, Richards Bucharts, with Brandon and Portland. Oliver Lorentzen sends this off the boards and down the ice. And the linesman looks back at the back linesman, and icing will be called here against Denmark.
I mentioned Richard Bucharts played Western Hockey League, Wheat Kings and Portland. Spent last year with the Manchester Monarchs of the CHL and 14 games with Springfield in the American Hockey League.
Look at 36-year-old Morton Green. Played in Sweden and Germany this past year. Still is the top scorer in a single event, with 2 goals and 8 points in 2009, and is also their leading scorer all time in international competition. 49 points for Morton Green, and as we mentioned earlier, this will be his last World Championship. Savalskis deflects this into the Denmark zone. Morten Paulsen back for it. He'll get a little bit of help. Mathias Lassen, long right side pass. This gets deflected in by Patrick Russell. Spent this past season in Bakersfield of the American Hockey League, and for signing a free agent deal with the Edmonton Oilers. Tough loss for the Edmonton Oilers last night. Bow, some controversy in that one. Now carries in for Denmark. He got turned away. A little bit of room, shot from that short side by Bucharts. That sailed high and wide. That's Roberts Bucharts, the older of the two. This gets played out at center ice, and Bucharts on the back track will take it away. In for Arduj Kulda. Kulda gets forced there by Nicholas Hart. To the line and no further for Skorkovs. Loose puck along the boards. Kennans back for Skorkovs from the line. Kulda lets it go, and that got blocked. And it gets turned up ice quickly by Denmark. Regan drops it into the high slot. Regan was looking for the return feed from Brugisser. Never did get it. Ehlers fires this off the leg, and it will ricochet to the corner. Regan trying to get it back to the blue line. No one there, and then dumped on the play was Nicholas Hart. Ehlers winds his way in, looks for some help, curls back as Denmark is changing, dishes it off, and the wrister from the left side from Frederick Storm sailed high and wide. Back up along the boards for Mads Christensen. Cleared out at center ice. In for Jakobsen. Jakobsen dishes it off. Frederick Storm back for Lordson at the line. Merzlikins the save. Wasn't sure where it was. They jam away at it. They eventually may have gotten it to the goal line, but the whistle had gone by then, and here comes the action.
Well, Christensen and Sabalskis exchange a few shots. We'll see if there's any penalties that come from this. But a shot. Fans enjoy it.
They did. So there is going to be some penalties.
It's going to be Sabalskis that's going to get the extra. So power play for Denmark, their second of the game.
Merzlikins has definitely been the busier of the two netminders so far. The shots 13-5 for Denmark. Make that 14-5 on that blast from Nikolai Ehlers. And a good blocker save by Merzlikins, the Columbus Blue Jacket draft pick in 2014. Jesper B. Jensen will track this back into his own zone. He'll drop it back. Second power play of the game for Denmark. Here comes Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers winds his way in, tried to dish it off. It goes off the toe of his stick. And Skorkovs will carry it back in for Latvia. Skorkovs, short-handed, tried to jam that in that short side. And Ehlers will carry it back. Ehlers sends it cross ice in a little deep, and Merzlikins makes a good save off Morten Madsen. Madsen plays it back and ends up back at the left point. Ehlers sends it back down for Madsen. Madsen for Jensen, Jensen for Ehlers. Ehlers watch to the front of the net, it comes! What a feed for Peter Regan, and he couldn't bury it.
A bouncing puck, he just couldn't get the shot away.
Zarens to the short side, that goes off the top of the net and deflects up into the netting here at Laxness Arena in Cologne, Germany.
Denmark unable, here's the play, Ehlers' little shot and kick deflection, then Madsen's gonna flip it over to Regan, and the puck just does not settle down in time for him. He tried to knock it out of the air. Good shot by Zarens coming down the other way, that might have caught a bit of the post.
Janis Sprutz, the 35-year-old for Latvia, out to take the face-off. His 12th World Championship, his 67th World Championship game for Latvia. Denmark back to regroup. Latvia and Belarus have applied for a joint bid for 2021 for the World Championship games will be played in Riga and in Minsk. Shot through some traffic, Merzlikins picks it up through that traffic, makes the save, and will hang on to it.
Well, Marcus Larson, just a little wrist shot through to the net and parked right in front. Morten Madsen, big body in front, 6'3", 209 pounds for the 30-year-old. There's Morten Green working that half wall as Denmark still on the power play for another 13 seconds.
Zarens, who was shaken up earlier in the game, out to take the face-off against Jakobsen. And Jakobsen wins it. Lorentzen will send this cross ice back for Jakobsen, back for Lorentzen, and Merzlikins got enough of it. Storm trying to go cross ice and rattles off a leg. Guntas Galvins plays this ahead, and a wrister from Sabolskis as he comes out of the penalty box, and now we've got a little more action as Zarens is added in behind the net with Lorentzen, the younger of the two Lorentzens.
The other Lorentzen, Marcus, with another good shot for the point, just getting it through, and Madsen trying to get a stick on that. Merzlikins getting just enough. That puck with the glove, a quick little snapshot from the blue line. Denmark 0 for 2 on the power play. Latvia, Merzlikins has been very busy in net. Majority of the play in his end. There's a look at Marcus Larson. Just talked about the brothers. Bob Hartley trying to get his team going. They have to stay to the penalty box here and try and get some shots at the other end of the ice.
Switzerland leading Slovenia 3-0 over in Paris. Slovenia, one of the teams that qualified last year in the D1 tournament. Italy the other, and we will see Italy in our second game here today, as Italy will go against Slovakia, what should be a thriller. Battle along the near side boards. This gets chipped out at center ice. A little bit of room for Morten Paulsen, plays it to the short side, and this gets deflected away.
Look at Morten Paulsen, played Finland last year, his 7th World Championship. Denmark fans, and a lot of excitement surrounding next year. We mentioned Nicholas Jensen, not here, but guys like Mikkel Bodker, Frans Nielsen, Fredrik Andersen, Jannik Hansen,
Lars Eller,
Philip Larsen, some key guys not here, and with them the host team next year. A lot of excitement in Denmark. I believe they opened this ticket sales 3 hours before this game.
Yes, Sweden will play in Copenhagen. They expect a lot of Swedish fans to attend. Denmark will play in Herning. Battle in the corner in the Latvian end of the ice where most of the play has been this period. Niklas Hart tried to work it free, couldn't. Girgensson plays it down the ice, and this is going to be an icing call against Latvia. And the faceoff will come back as Merzlikins looks on.
Another good play by Ehlers in front to Regan, just a little redirect. Merzlikins loses his stick. The a nice shot pass. Nikolai Ehlers recognized it was Nicholas Hart, in front of the net, who had the redirect on the puck.
Scouting report on Merzlikins is he's an athletic goaltender, and we have seen that here in the first 17 minutes of this hockey game.
Well, he's had to be. Latvia having trouble getting that puck out of their zone.
Jakobsen drops it back. Frederick Storm trying to come through the middle with some speed, could not. Mads Christensen on the far side lost control of it, and Zarens comes back. He'll dish that off. Bukarts is after it. Bukarts curls off the sidewall, drops it for Dogevans, and the shot from the high slot never got through. Sotniak's in from the line. Zarens in front. Sotniak's trying to get a handle on it, and it makes its way to the far side, and Sotniak's gets drilled by Mads Christensen. Got a reaction from the Latvian fans. Shot from the high slot by Zarens. Glove save, Sebastian Dom.
Well, his top line for Latvia trying to get something going is a look at Zarens. Some pressure in the zone. Zarens in that slot, gets open, a little separation, quick shot, and a nice glove save by Sebastian Dom. The Latvian fans looking for a penalty and don't look happy that one wasn't called.
16-7, the shots now favoring Denmark in this game. They've had 2 power plays, which has certainly helped that cause. Power play that was very good last year has gone 0 for 2 here in the opening period. Played down low by Bisevskis. Pass up the right side wall and a little bit of room on that right side, and this gets cleared out at center ice. Russell couldn't handle it cleanly. And a big hit, Oliver Lordson just drills Oscar Sabolskis.
Oh, Lordson, 6'6", 238 pounds. That was a hard hit along the wall.
The old Philadelphia Flyers style coming out there.
Well, he didn't shy away from the physical element. 264 American Hockey League games, 511 penalty minutes.
Battle for a loose puck, a little bit of a scrum going in the corner in the Latvian end of the ice. Finally it does come loose. Morton Madsen plays it cross ice. Masalskis is down as Russell tried to stuff it. Russell centers, that got blocked. Madsen has Morton Green in front, but the pass comes back to the line. Played back in deep. Denmark with a little more pressure here late in period number 1. Russell still trying to work it free. Now elects to head to the bench on the line change, and Sabolskis will play it cross ice. Latvia will get a change in here as well. Galvin sends it through for Mix Andrasis. Andrasis, a backhand pass that never got to the intended receiver, Richard Bukarts. Jesper B. Jensen regroups for Denmark. Long dump in. After it is Regan. Ehlers to the line. Jensen goes cross ice, back up, pass through the middle, and that almost got picked off, but covering up there was Nicholas Hart, and he'll play it all the way back into his own end. Dying seconds of period number 1. Jesper B. Jensen winds it in. Mads Christensen on the loose puck. Christensen trying to snap that in on Merzlikins. Gets a loose puck here in the dying seconds, and Merzlikins with a save late in the period, and a good one.
Merzlikins was the difference in this first period, keeping it a scoreless game, a turnover, and Christensen able to pick up the loose puck, and he gets a real good look just from the slot, and a left shoulder save by Merzlikins. Is a very busy netminder here, keeps it a scoreless game after 20.
How quick this game is. 12 seconds left. The puck was still back in the Danish end of the ice. Scoreless after 1.
teams are playing at full strength. Team Denmark wieder komplett. Both teams are playing at full strength. Team Denmark wieder komplett.
Introducing the 2017 IIHF Player Statistics, Team Statistics, Live Updates, and introducing Hockey Cards. Your face, your team, your card. Showing the hockey fans across the world. From any smart device, in your own language, the 2017 IIHF app, powered by Steuer. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play. Steuer, simply clever.
Jetzt gibt's Angebote bei HRS sichern. Gönnen Sie sich Top-Hotels mit 50% Rabatt. In Berlin, Hamburg, Paris oder einer anderen aufregenden Metropole. Jetzt auf hrs.de.
Team Latvia sind die Eishockeyers. Team Lettland ist zurück auf dem Eis und hier kommt Team Dänemark. Hier ist Team Dänemark.
Lively building here in Cologne as day 2 gets going. Denmark and Latvia scoreless after 1 period.
Bob Hartley, probably a little bit of a strong message after that first 20 minutes. His team outshot 18-7. Goaltender Elvis Merzlikins was fantastic in net for Latvia in that first period. And Denmark here looking to find a way as Jan Carlson's team looking to find the back of the net.
Talking about Bob Hartley, his first experience with the national team, said he was excited about the challenge. Sebastian Dom certainly not as busy as Elvis Merzlikins was in that opening period. The face-offs 15-5 in favor of Denmark. But the good news for Latvia, the game is still scoreless. They killed off 2 shorthanded situations. Arturs Kulda will send this in deep. Played around by Jesper B. Jensen. Comes back to the near side. Denmark with Niklas Jensen getting out to center no further and right back. And some early jump here in the second period by Latvia as they've been able to at least get it in and control it a little bit in the Danish end of the ice. Nikolai Ehlers, watched there by Arturs Kulda, gets it for Peter Regan. Regan around for Hart. Nicholas Hart trying to center it. That pass got picked off and right back up the ice for Latvia for Gergensons. He gets squeezed out near side, sends it through for Sotnieks. Sotnieks for Kasper Dogovins. Dogovins trying to work it free from Jakobsen, does. And a slap shot from the left point misses the target. Sabalskas breaks it up at center and then lost control of it. Back for Mads Christensen. Christensen tried to spin it down low, it got blocked. Holding it in at the line is Lordson in the long shot. That goes wide. Jammed up the boards and a big hit is off balance there with Sabalskas, and Mads Christensen kind of took advantage of him.
Christensen had a big hit in that first period and adds another here in the second.
Had that scoring chance late in period number 1. Buchart drops it for Dogovins. Dogovins sends it cross ice, and this will end up in behind the Denmark net. Mattias Lassen floats this out to center ice. It's as far as that gets. Mixon Drassa's trying to bust his way through, and he got stopped at the line. Cleared in by Christensen, and right back up the ice for Latvia. Good play there by Lassen as he comes across to break that up. Sends it for Lordson. Lordson gets it back for Lassen. Lassen's rink-wide pass got picked off. And then a good job defensively by Morten Madsen there on the backtrack to knock it away. But again, turned over in the neutral zone. Sprutz trying to get it to the front of the net. Back out at center ice, and Russell will give chase into the Latvia zone. Some help down low from Basevskis, and he will come up with it. Gets it to the blue line, and this will slip by the defenseman Niklas B. Jensen. And back into his own zone is Jesper B. Jensen. Gintz Maya keeps an eye on him from in front of the Denmark net. Maya giving chase. This gets sent in deep. Trying to get first on the puck there was Morten Poulsen. But it is grabbed off and flipped out at center ice for Gintz Maya. Maya, he'll feed that through. And Latvia on the attack. Pulled it back to Gintz Maya. Rebound score! Gintz Maya bangs in his own rebound, and Latvia, better here in this second period, opens the scoring in this game.
Gintz Maya starts to rush up the ice, and then it's a little give and go off a pull-up play inside the Denmark zone. And it's a nice play as Artis Kulda spins up, finds Maya breaking to the net. Dom makes the first save, but Maya stays right on top. It's a nice play by Artis Kulda, just spins away from pressure. Maya, quick shot to the net, gets past Marcus Lordson and finds that loose puck to put it into the net. And Latvia has the 1-0 lead.
7th World Championship for Gintz Maya. Plays in Riga in the KHL. He was captain there this past season and opens the scoring on day 2 of the World Championship. Zabuskas up through the middle. This gets deflected in deep. Peter Regan all the way back into his own zone defensively. Around the boards for Nikolai Ehlers. His pass up the middle. That got picked off by Skorkovs. And Sebastian Dom has to be careful with that one. Lordson. Long pass out in center. Ehlers goes in after it. Grabbed off by Kasper Daugavins. Daugavins sends this up at center ice. And Latvia right back on the attack with Girgensons. Latvia lost its opener last year, 2-1 to Sweden. Sebastian Dom is going to hang on to that. Denmark won its opening game last year, 3-0 over Norway.
Well, more jump from Latvia, and this is even going to add to it as Maya gets his own rebound, puts it in the net, gives his team the 1-0 lead. So after being outshot 18-7 in that first period, good start to the second. A little fist pump with the coach as Maya gives his team the lead. Veteran of the KHL against Maya, as you mentioned, 363 KHL games.
Arturs Kulda with the only assist, his 8th point in this his 20th World Championship game, and there's Zarin, who's had some World Championship success as well.
A chance for him right off the draw. So Latvian fans finally, they've been cheering all along, but a little more now as their team gets the goal.
Make the beer go down a little easier now with the 1-0 lead.
I'm not sure. I think it was going down before the game, seeing some of the fans walking into this building.
Yeah, the 12:15 local start didn't bother a lot of the fans. You got the early start. Oliver Lawrence and the Latvian fans are always so good at this World Championship. That's why you would like to see them get that bid for 2021. Chance in front for Lickens. Deflects it away. Daugavin sends it ahead. And Bukarts will carry it in. Slap shot from the right side. Blocked by Oliver Lawrence. Back up for Frederick Storm for Julius Jakobsen. Jakobsen to the short side. Easy save for Verslickens. Jakobsen stays on it. Got pasted to the backboards. And Latvia right back up the ice. Zarin sends it to the front of the net looking for Sotnieks. Bukarts plays it back into the corner. And it will be taken there by Philip Brugisser. Long lead pass, that gets deflected in by Patrick Russell. Gintz Maya trying to pick that puck up, could not. Morton Green had it, lost it. Maya starts back. Maya, the goal scorer in this game, sends it down low. A little bit of room off that backboards as Lugers tried to do something with it. Kept it at the blue line through traffic. Maya in front, got a whack at it. Lugers trying to get a stick on it, as is Basevskis, but it's cleared out at center ice, and Morton Madsen will send this deep into the Latvia zone. Back out at center, and Maya will send it in deep and will scamper to the bench for a line change.
It's kind of similar to what we saw between Germany and USA. USA out shooting Germany bad, but the performance by Thomas Kreis and net, and that's what Latvia's been able to get from their netminder, Verslickens.
Great start for Germany last night with that win. The late power play goal. Indrasas trying to get that to the front of the net. That got deflected away, and right back up the ice is Ogard. Ogard to the front of the net, a chance, and the puck never did get there. Cleared back down low. Around the boards for Morten Poulsen. And picked up by Bucharts, and he'll just send this gently back into the Denmark zone. Oliver Lauritsen plays this through. Sotnieks was going to go after it, and then he just leaves it. Smolskas lets the long pass go up, looking for Girgensons. Bodies flying in the Denmark zone as Girgensons got knocked down. Again, the Latvian fans feel a penalty should have been called. Turned over, and now Girgensons goes back with a good body check. And we will step aside. It's 1-0 Latvia.
Girgensons got a rough ride from Oliver Lauritsen right before that break went over. He was able to clean off the visor and get back for the Buffalo Sabre. Girgensons, 75 games last season with the Sabres, 7 goals, 16 points, a 14th overall pick back in 2012.
Denmark qualified for the playoffs for the first time when it was held here in Germany back in 2010. 6 players still remain on the Denmark team from that squad. Arturs Kulda sends a bouncing puck out at center. Gets turned over. Odd man rush, and a great play by Nikolai Ehlers to get back with a stick lift.
Turnovers that have hurt Denmark in this second period, and a great back check. Take away what would have been a goal on an open net.
Hennons, Kulda holding the line, and it's played back deep into the Denmark zone. Peter Regan, former Ottawa Senator, and spins it back in behind his own net where it's taken by Nicholas B. Jensen. Big watch there by Bucharts. Roberts Bucharts. Dogovans sends his back through, quick shot by Zarins, and a good save by Sebastian Dom. Taken by Frederick Storm, pitches it around the boards for Jensen. Back for Storm with some speed. Quick shot, and that goes over the right shoulder of Merzlikins, who had to do a little dance trying to find his balance. Jakobsen throws it to the front of the net with all sorts of traffic, but it got blocked and never did get through as Smolskas got his left skate in front of it. Christensen hustles back for Jakobsen. He lost control of it at center. Back in for Blugers. Christensen for Denmark. Sends back out at center. Mads Christensen to the line, puts on the brakes against the checking of Gintz Maya. And Mads Christensen looking for a little bit of room in that Latvian end of the ice. Comes back at the line. Christensen sends it cross ice, and Lauritsen blasts it. But that went off the leg and never got to the net. Russell trying to work it free, and does. So some pressure now from Denmark. Morten Madsen goes to the front of the net looking for that return pass. It never did get to him. And Latvia will manage to get it out at center ice, and on the backhand it will be sent in deep by Basevskis. Back in for Morten Madsen, slap shot, save. Matthias Bau is after it. Couldn't do anything with it, back up for Bucharts. 3 yards, Bucharts tried to come cross ice. Pass never did get to the near side, and grabbed off by Lorentzen. He'll just dump it out to center ice. And Sprutz will bring it right back in. Dishes it off, gets it back from Andrasis. Back for Richard Buchart to try to get it back to the blue line. And it never did get back for Archer Skulda. Skulda now has to hustle back defensively as Ogard takes it deep. Ogard leaves it there for Matthias Bau, 6'7". Matthias Bau, 23 years of age. This will get sent down the ice.
Saw the long reach he had there to intercept that puck back in the defensive zone.
Jensen, Ehlers with some speed, finds some room. Ehlers takes it wide on Sabalskis, tried to center it. He was trying to get that out front onto the stick of Nicholas Hart. Chance for Elvis, another save by Merzlikins.
Nikolai Ehlers, just tremendous speed up the ice, and he gets a feed from Hart. And I think this one just goes high as Merzlikins. I'm not sure if that caught his stick. What a chance for Denmark. This was the other way earlier. The play, and Ehlers on the back check as Kennan's looking for that puck. Thought he had the open net, and a great little stick check by Nikolai Ehlers as he saves the goal.
.8:58 left to go, second period. Opening game for both these teams. Ehlers has it again, tried to go high, short side. Merzlikins got the right shoulder up. Cannons is on it for Latvia, and it's cleared out at center ice, but there's Ehlers again. Wow. Ehlers has been great in this game again for Denmark. Played down low, and now Sabalskis intercepts for Latvia, tried to clear, could not. Ehlers has it one more time. Drops it back for Morten Madsen, in for Christensen. Christensen through traffic, and that got blocked. Lead pass, and a break, and Sebastian Dahm does come out. A little bit of a delay, but he does get there ahead of Jurgensen's. Sotnieks squeezed out by Jakobsen. Jurgensen with Jakobsen after him. Now picked up by Skorkovs. Skorkovs flat on the ice, plays it back to the blue line. Sotnieks pitches a backhander to the front of the net. Jensen turned it over. Buchart's trying to center it. And finally cleared to the near side boards. Fredrik Storm up for Mads Christensen. Not a lot of room for Christensen as they battle in the corner.
That's been Denmark's problem in the second period, just the turnovers that have hurt them.
And Latvia on it again. Zarins, he sends that cross ice, blocked in front. Dogevans, and a save by Sebastian Dahm. Zarins. Teams have taken turns here with second period pressure. Shot by Bucharts, and that got blocked. Emil Christensen plays it cross ice, cleared to the line, but not out. To the front of the net, a little bit of a redirect there by Dogevans. Lead pass, Ehlers! Save made, Ehlers stick snaps as he was looking top corner.
Right as he was about to take the shot. Not sure if there's a slash or it just broke as he tried to put pressure to release the puck.
Latvia with the 1-0 lead. Sabalskis plays this left side. Shot, Sebastian Dahm the save, a rebound chance. And that got cleared. Two opportunities there for Nix and Drasis. Chopped up the boards but kept in at the line, briefly only. Russell trying to play it there for Denmark. Morten Madsen now in on the forecheck, but it's cleared away from him. And this gets sent cross ice by Freebergs, and then he'll get it back. Freebergs with the bank pass out through center ice. No room there for Blugers. Losing control of it is Emil Christensen as he gets pressured there by Maris Paseskas. Came to the front of the net, a slap shot from the left side by Sabalskis, and that didn't miss by much. Back in, Sobolskis trying to work it in free, couldn't get a handle on it. And back up the ice for Lordson. The long shot steered away by Merzlikins, and Maya plays this around for Dogovans. Dogovans for Blugers. Blugers drops it back for Maya on the backhand, slips it to the short side. Not a lot on that backhanders, it went off a stick. And Nicholas B. Jensen will come back for Denmark. Drops it back for Lassen, and his quick shot off the arm of Merzlikins, and not a play. We will go to break. It is 1-0. What a period for Nikolai Ehlers.
By law, the 50-50 lottery. Half of it for the juniors and half of it for the jackpot. Every fifth lot is a win. Current jackpot 220 euros. An alle Eishockey-Fans, unterstützt den deutschen Eishockey-Nachwuchs und kauft ein Los bei der 50-50-Lotterie. Die Hälfte geht direkt in die Nachwuchsarbeit, die andere Hälfte in den Jackpot. Jedes fünfte Los gewinnt. Derzeitiger Jackpot 220 Euro.
Put your hands up in the air, 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 put your hands up in the air,
Both teams exchanged some chances. Latvia's had the better of them. Nikolai Ehlers a great chance on a breakaway where his stick broke. And Latvia with some real good opportunities. Bukarts in front as it's picked up the pace a little bit here in the second period.
It has. There has been more scoring chances. Shots in the first, Denmark had some chances. Latvia not much, as the shots in the first period were 18-7 Denmark. Denmark back in on the attack. Regan, Ehlers. Ehlers spins this back for Hart. Nicholas Hart pinned to the near side wall, and that allows Latvia to clear. Sent in deep. Jesper B. Jensen back into his own zone again. Turned over, and now it does make its way out to center. Kennens plays it back and then gets it back. Chips this into the Denmark zone. Jensen back for it. His pass up the boards, that got gobbled up. Sobolskis plays it around the boards. Girgensons goes in after it, chipped away from him. And Dogovans will take it at center. Dogovans comes right side, finds Bukarts. Slap shot by Bukarts. And a good save by Sebastian Dom, who stood his ground. Bukarts one more time. Dogovans heads to the front of the net. Girgensons tries to get it there and does. And Sebastian Dom will make the save, and we get a little more action.
Jensen and Bukarts behind the net. Another turnover in the neutral zone, and that's what's hurt Denmark in this second period of play, just not managing the puck the right way. Is Christensen trying to get it? Dogovan's just going to poke it free, quick transition, and it's back the other way as Bukarts finds the trailer to play. Quick shot, bounces into the net. Is Dom able to get a glove on it as Bukarts tries to find a loose puck?
Sebastian Dom, who now plays in the Austrian League, did spend some time in the Ontario Hockey League as well as the American Hockey League. And a look at Bukarts, who had a couple of scoring chances, the older brother of the two who plays in Zlin in the Czech Republic. Jakobsen faces off against Sprutz. Sprutz wins it, and the quick shot went wide. And Drassis plays it down low. Mats Christensen waits for it on the near side, never did get to him. Does get cleared out at center ice, and Janis Sprutz plays it all the way back into his own end. Sotniaks plays this through, Sprutz going in after it, and Sebastian Dom came out and played that away. Sprutz stays on it. Finally controlled by Matthias Lassen, the long pass. He was trying to spring Frederick Storm. That didn't work, and right back for Richards, Bukarts. And his wrist shot from that offside missed the net. Jakobsen tried to go across ice, and now a penalty coming as Blugers got tripped up. And it's going to be Julius Jakobsen who's going to get the first penalty of the game from a Denmark standpoint.
Well, Latvia has not had a power play yet. They'll get their first late in period number 2 as
Denmark player
going to head to the penalty box.
2 minutes tripping.
Tripped up Lugard, tried to drop his stick. In case he's going to plead anyways. His stick gets caught in between. There's the tripping call. Tough to argue. He does drop the stick, so there's an attempt to try and get out of it. Latvia to their first power play.
Latvia's power play last year, 21.2%, and Denmark, as good as their power play was last year, finishing number 1 in the tournament. The penalty kill was not very good. They only killed off 23 of 33. 69.7% was their penalty killing success ratio.
Well, it took a big hit in that 10-1 loss to Russia last year.
Indrasis plays it for Bukarts. Near side for Dogevans. Dogevans back up top for Girgensons, back for Bukarts on the other side, and he slapped it wide as Dogevans found a passing lane. Dogevans on it again. Again looking for that lane, tried to put it into the high slot, cleared to the line, kept in by Girgensons. Rather gets Galvins at the line. Galvins gets it back for Dogevans, back for Galvins, and then a cross-ice pass for Bukarts. Got intercepted. Guntas Galvins sends this up the middle as the power play continues for Latvia. Dogevans. Puts it to the side of the net. Good chance in tight. And that got cleared away. And that'll get sent down the ice as Girgensons to the front of the net with some chances.
He was in the battle right out front. Good little pass by Dogevans just down low. He tried the backhand, couldn't elevate it enough over that left shoulder.
35 in the power play for Latvia. They have the 1-0 lead. Goal here early in the second from Ginsmea. Shot, Sebastian Dahm makes the save on the wrister from the far side. And this will get cleared all the way down the ice. Valinskas down that left side, the pass never did get to him. Now he'll take it all the way back into his own zone. Valinskas sends this in, Girgensons after it.
Both teams are playing at full strength.
Into the final minute, power play is over. And the pass up the middle finds no one. And this will get picked up and hammered right back in by Sabalskas. But offside is going to be called.
And it went up and out of play. Latvia sets up the play, the seam, the shot, pass over to Robert Bukarts, who they like to set up for that one-timer on the far side. Gets part of this puck, but it goes wide, a bit of a knuckle puck. As Dahm moving to his right and the play in close. This is the one for Girgensons, who had a couple chances. And Dahm able to hold his ground in front.
Linesman has to intervene between Russell. They'll line up for the face-off one more time. Cleared into the Denmark zone. Sebastian Dahm comes out to play it. Kennens was in on the forecheck. Back out at center. Pass knocked out of midair. And right back in. A little bit of room on that left side. And another save by Sebastian Dahm. As he got that shoulder out, makes the save off of Skorkovs. Icing now called against Denmark.
Merzlikins was holding his team in late in period number 1. It's Sebastian Dahm, and Jan Carlson will look for his team to be better in that final frame of play. Looking Sebastian Dahm with the big save late in this period. Latvia with a little more pressure.
So after only 7 in the first period, 14 here in the second for Latvia. Face-off win for Morton Green. And the second period will come to an end, but certainly a better period for Latvia than what they had in game one, and there's your goal getter in this game.
Well, against May, able to get Latvia on the board early. As Latvia came out, good pressure early, and for Denmark, they just need to clean things up. A little bit of sloppy play in period number 2.
We had a look at Elvis Merzlikins, the netminder for Latvia, so good in that opening period, and then his teammates got it going a little bit better in the second.
Team Denmark sehen. aus Lettland und aus Dänemark.
One nothing lead for Latvia as the third period is about to get underway. Nicholas Hart will be one of the players, and Denmark will be looking to try and find the back of the net against Elvis Merzlikens.
Well, they need to find a way to beat them. They haven't yet. 24 saves, 18 of them coming in that first period, and Sebastian Dam much busier in the second. 14 shots in the second period. One found its way as Ginsmea gets Latvia on the board. Some of the ice time leaders, Jesper Jensen, the defenseman for Denmark, and Artis Kulda leading the way for Latvia.
And Andrus Zarins for Latvia with 5 shots on goal to lead all players in that category. Some interesting face-off numbers. We'll get to those in a second as the third period here is underway. Jensen dishes off near side. Nicholas B. Jensen now will wind it up. Out to center ice, no further. And Arturs Kulda plays this back in, looking for Zemgus Girgensson. Out there with Kennens. Kennens on the far side of trying to lay a body check there with Skorkovs. And Denmark back to regroup. Nicholas B. Jensen was born in Copenhagen. This is his third Worlds. That long lead pass misses everyone. Girgensson's back to the face-off department. 0 for 12 in the face-off department in this game. Peter Regan, on the other hand, has been very good for Denmark.
Oh, and he wins the opening draw of this period, so that gives him a perfect 12 for 12 in the face-off dot.
And as the game continues here in a 1-0 score, the face-offs in the offensive zone will obviously have a little more importance to them. Zarins and Jakobsen will line up for this face-off. Zarins got shaken up in the opening period, went to the bench, got some attention, but has come back and has been very good for Latvia in this game. Bouncing puck, and that gets quickly cleared away by Guds Galvins. In for Zarins. Zarins puts on the brakes, has Doggovins with him. Plays it all the way around the boards. Bukarts will let this go to Sabolskis. He'll jump in from the line, jam it away from Jakobsen. And then it will come back for Julius Jakobsen. His lead pass looking for Mads Christensen. Christensen finally finds it and then finds Frederick Storm. Frederick Storm trying to take it wide, does wrap around try, and then he put it in for Christensen, but Christensen couldn't get a clean handle on it.